This is awesome. My habits each day will either what, John? Release the champion or seal it in. That's a quote from one of my teachings. Let my champion go now. You must be speaking that to the fear that's in you. Now, my habits, because your habits produce your results. Everything in your life right now, I want you to write the word results down. Write the word results down. And the word results is a simple result of your daily habits. You can't blame anyone else for anything in your life but you. Well, my doctor told me. Why do you have a doctor? Because you're sick. Anybody ever? And then when you listen to somebody who says, drink some water. Just got to get some water here. My doctor says you shouldn't drink too much water. My doctor says you shouldn't exercise too much. My doctor, blah, 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 blah. Shut up. Everyone say, shut up. Shut up. You were very good. Do you notice I didn't have to have you say that twice? Time out. Do you understand that? I did not have to have you say that twice. Every other time I had your reader say something, did I have to say repeat it again? Do you understand how much you want to say shut up to the negative enemy in you? If you don't believe it, just rewatch the DVD that you can invest in when I conclude today. I'm going to show you a picture of someone, Dr. Benny McDaniel. Dr. Benny McDaniel will be on the Champion Cruise coming up in May. So will Michelle Prince and her husband Chris and Nancy and Susan and Trish and other champions in the room. We're doing a cruise from May 2nd to May 10th this year called the Champion Cruise. Dr. Benny McDaniel. How many of you met Dr. Benny at Lifestyle Freedom Club events? Is he awesome? I'm going to read a testimonial from Dr. Benny. I'm not too sure if you guys can see it down there, but I'll read it. I really thought this weekend's mastermind event was one of the best ever. John, I want to tell you that your one-on-one accountability coaching means it all to me. As I've stated numerous times, I did not want to be a crippled old man, and I know now that I will not be one. I also did not believe until this weekend how much of an impact my why could have on others. Thank you for giving me a life again. What did he say? Thank you for giving me a life again. He was on a Monday night call, the Monday Night Millionaire Motivational Life teleclass, and he was listening out there in the state of Tennessee. He got taken by close to, how much for coaching, Christine and Dan? You guys know, right? Like $30,000, $40,000 or something? All of his retirement from an online coach. If you don't shake someone's hand face to face, look them in the eye, get to know them, don't invest in them. Why do I speak? Why do I travel all over the world? Why do I come to the events? Why am I here to come down Thursday and leave late tonight? I live in West Palm Beach because I love each and every one of you more than you love yourself right now. Do you really truly understand that? When I met Dr. Benny, he was 280 pounds. He was on more prescription drugs than a box of Chiclets. Chiclets, those are things, right? Gum? Because I always make bloopers, and my wife tells to tell me them at the end of the event. So I wanted to make sure that was a candy, or Tic Tac. He is now weighing 195 pounds. He's almost off all his prescription drugs. He runs 2 eye practices in the state of Tennessee. They are busier than they've ever been. We are in the greatest economy ever. Dr. Benny McDaniel. And then he said, I can now look forward to many years with my unborn granddaughter that is already named Jewel, and I call her my Jewel. Because Benny, like he said, I would have been dead. Very powerful, isn't it? It's a real testimonial. If you don't believe me, dial in Monday night. You're listening. How many of you sat next to Benny once again at the events? Remember, I had to show the picture. We showed the picture at the last event. Howard's nodding his head, Angelina and Doug is. I had to show the picture of Benny, and then people didn't even believe it was him. I said, Benny, put your head next to your head. He was huge. He was like a blimp. But he's walking every morning, 6 a.m., drinking a gallon of water with stevia and lemon, got off all the toxic food, shedded 100 pounds. It took some crazy international motivational speaker, strategic business coach to hammer him head on to believe under all that blubber was a champion. Some of you are like, man, he is out of his mind. But what do you think Benny appreciates? What do you think his granddaughter is going to say when she's 3 years old and says, Papa? He's going to be excited. that he made a decision. He's filled out many of these forms with me. He owns everything I have because he's got his life back. It's very powerful to understand that.